If you're a regular watcher of my channel, you might remember a recent video on the BlackBay 58, and maybe you even subscribed due to a couple of Pelagos reviews over the years, or perhaps even the Ranger, which is still a favourite of mine. I have a Tudor playlist if you want more, which I'll link up here. There is something rather beautiful about this brand's releases, and it's quite easy to forget just how lucky we are to have this current version of Tudor in our watch lives. They do everything from warm vintage to cold precision, but all with a distinct personality of their own, and they don't even shy away from ditching the signature snowflake hour hand from time to time. The heritage I have with me today is another one on loan from a friend who happens to be in the military, and it has his very own injury which I'm wondering if you can spot before I point it out later in the video. So keep your eyes peeled for our little game of Where's Wally today. This is the generation prior to the current one, and in my opinion has better proportions. There is a first for me today though, and that's a genuine leather strap and a deploying clasp from Tudor, which, to be honest, with Tudor making the best bracelets in the world, or at least the best I've handled on the channel, will have to be good to not be relegated to a replacement from the many strap brands that I have in many drawers. This is also a tad larger than the BlackBay 58, which I felt was absolute perfection for me, and it's tagged for acquiring when I can sneak that in behind the ever watchful eye of my beloved. Is it too large, as in both wide and thick? Could I really rock a red bezel with a gold and black dial? Stick around and we'll get up close and personal with this veteran. So let's jump straight into the sizing here. I measure this at 41mm diameter and 50mm lug to lug. Lug width is 22mm and it's 14.7mm thick. On this strap combo it's 113 gram and we get a 200 meter water resistance. You know, the thing with Tudors that always gets me over all the other things is how incredibly tactile they are. Everything you touch and move feels mechanical in the best possible way. It's like the manual gear shifts in the 3 Series BMWs over the years, where it just feels like precision and perfection, where only the best was acceptable. Sure, there was a big miss with one of the Pelagos watches I've covered, but nobody is perfect. So whilst again it is incredibly lovely to view the printed logo just under the 12 in its warm gold on black, and the Tudor shield, and it's again okay to have the lines of text just above the 6 with again this color combo, which makes it not stand out too much. But it is the very feel of unscrewing the Tudor rose sign crown, have it pop and move these big off-white hands that gives me the most joy. In doing this, one slight surprise to me at least is that the red between the crown and case is not a feature to tell you if it's been screwed in properly, but rather just there for looks. I was tempted to say something derogatory about that, like what's the deal with just having something there because it looks beautiful, and then I caught myself just in time. It ties in this red bezel well, and that's totally fine. Great even. Jeremy Clarkson once stated on Top Gear that he was nursing a semi whilst admiring the Alfa Romeo Brera. And if you allow me to get real ridiculous here and say that moving this bezel is not necessarily a sexual experience like JC humorously stated, but it sure does bring me joy. Its 60 clicks are incredibly tactile and precise. It's like moving cogs in a well-oiled machine, or again moving the gear shifter from 3rd to 4th gear, which is a sensation I still dream about, having sadly sold my last manual car. I realize I'm getting ridiculous here, but this bezel holding that lovely sapphire crystal in place feels amazing. And that lume peep at 12 is yet another way our fingers are part of the experience in wearing this watch. So you may now start to wonder how long this gushing is going to go on for, and fear not, I will now cover this case and thickness. Yes, it is slab-sided like all Tudors, and yes, it's not an issue with thinner cases, but here I think it is. For such a beautiful piece of machinery that's also so very vintage inspired, it is too big. despite them having done a great job with the proportions. My friend and I are a similar size as in tall and broad, but I think to be honest, the 58 is far more suited for this sort of look than this one is. I also think that the Pelagos is the model to get if you want a watch of this size, which by the way is absolutely fine. We all wear what we feel comfortable with, right? But if you do like larger watches and you want the BlackBay, by all means get one and don't listen to me. Perhaps the more austere monochrome released recently is more suitable to a larger design, but again, you do you. And it's also worth a mention that the latest generation is about a millimeter thinner and curiously lugs at 21mm. I have to say 22 seems like the right choice for this case size. And if you look at the 41mm 3 generations side by side, it's this model that comes off looking the most in proportion, at least on pictures. Behind the fairly sparsely decorated back beats the MT5602, which is COSC certified and offers a 72-hour power reserve. You can take this off for a couple of days, put it on again no problems, and it's likely to just gain a couple of seconds. They are really very good, these movements. The strap is excellent. Thick, comfortable leather that perhaps could be a bit softer, but it's no doubt seen some things including water. But it's the clasp that once again shines. Easy to close and precise clicks. It forms the Tudor shield when closed, it's attractive and easy to use. Some of these luxury deployment these days comes with small micro adjustments, which this one does not offer. So that's all I could suggest as an improvement. So what does it look like on other options? Well, let's have a look at the couple 22mm that I own. Lume is always good with Tudors and no exception today. So what's the deal with the injury I mentioned in the intro? Well, firstly, the current generation of this watch will set you back just over 7,000 Australian dollars. If you spent that sort of money, you probably want your watch to cope if you had a rather rough helicopter landing, as in a slam into the ground that had you fall out and bang the bezel and the reinforced steel door frame on the way out. You can see this in a slightly flattened bezel at the 8 o'clock. And bonus points to you if you found this before now. It's quite impressive that the case took this like a champ with no marks at all. This watch was my friend's first serious watch and it now has even more reasons to be treasured. This warm red color and the black and gold clearly works well, and I'll be happy to both wear and own this, but once again, the 58 is my choice for purchase. So what do you think about this model? Has the BlackBay had enough time in the sun already perhaps, or are you still pining for either a new one or one you sold perhaps? Do let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.